and say we talk about one love, one heart. We talk about one love, one heart. I want to hear everybody singing now. And when we hear our children crying, so right now there's a song I'd like to give you. This one is taken from the album called Think About the Children. This is a song called I've Got Ya.
Liberty Mutual, take 96.
Liberty Mutual.
Cut.
Liberty Mutual.
Cut.
What's the line?
Cut. Liberty.
is a song taken from an album called Slave. And this one is a song called I'm Going Back to My Roots.
the heat. My people are not fools on the heat. You must let my people go, so we can rule from Cape to Cairo. You must free my people's hands, so we can rule our purpose land. I wanna know who owns the land. Who wanna know who owns the land? Okay, now listen carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. I wanna know who owns the land. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. We must rule our purpose land. I said, we want to know who owns the land. I want to know who owns the land. Hustler. Hey, Papa Hustler. Papa Hustler. Papa Hustler. We must be free. Angola want to know who owns the land. Mozambique want to know who owns the land. Namibia want to know who owns the land. I said, Somalia want to know who owns the land. Zimbabwe want to know who owns the land. African freedom fighters want to know who owns the land. Purposely. Now listen to the history. We've been here since creation. We've been here since creation. What else do I know? Since the time of sun and sand. Since the time of moon and stars. Since the time of air and sea. Since the time of men and things. We must rule from Cape to Cairo. Okay, now I want to talk to my people. Ira Daniela, oh, I will know. Yeah, Ira Daniela, oh, I will know. At the center of Daniela, now we are the crossroads. On the Femo, Daniela. At the center of Daniela. I'm not famous, Daniela. Oh, Falimu Maya Gera Baba. Yeah, oh, Falimu Jasu Yalaka. Yeah, Falimu Zizanya Vetonye. Oh, Minije. Oh, Minije. Oh, Demela, Demela, Bogise. Oh, Falimu Demela, Demela, Bogise. All I know.
kanda get out. I'm so kanda yure ayoya. Kanda anyo, kanda get out. Kanda kofu. So even kanda even. Sekalero, Kadakanama. Ai, oa. Aria besa monya baka kanda kobo Aria besa monya baka kobo. Aria besa monya baka kanda kobo Aria besa monya baka kobo. Kanarebo. Kanda kobo se kanda kekon se kanarebo kanarebo se kanarebo se kanarebo ayoya se kanero ayama mona se barinkanda ayama mona se barinkanda
Okay, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I am so sorry, very sorry for the late show and the reputation of the music. It wasn't intended. Sometimes we are faced with technical difficulties and we must get them right before I can show up here. But I want to believe that all of you are having a wonderful weekend out there on ground zero, ground one, diaspora. I want to believe everybody is having fun time in spite of the corona. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to come to you again with updates on the revolution, and I want to say a special greetings to the people out there in Kugwe, and Batibo, Mogamo. I believe that you guys are remaining strong and courageous, and nothing should move you, nothing should change your mind about your own freedom, This thing is all about our freedom, your freedom, my own freedom. That is what we are fighting for. And when you are fighting for freedom, I do not know of any struggle in which people did not die. People will die. Unfortunately, it is your brother, it is your sister, it is your son, it is your daughter. You wish it was somebody else. Unfortunately, it is yours. But this is the price we will have to pay before we get to Boya. The only problem there is when this is happening, because, when this is happening caused by people who's supposed to be with us, who's supposed to be fighting with us, who's supposed to be who's supposed to be in the front lines with us. That is the unfortunate thing about that. But I want to believe that we will all be comforted at the end of the day. Refocus on Boya. So please, it's my pleasure to come to you again today, and we are going to discuss what went on, precisely what went on in Kugwe. We are going to discuss what went on in Kugwe, what precisely happened and how did it happen. I will be joined by a guest who is the chairman of Mogamo, and he has the details of what took place, and he will be feeding us, all of you out there, with what happened in Kugwe. And we are also going to look at what the President, Dr. Sako, has said in his speech yesterday to the nation, the measures the interim government is taking to make sure, as he promised, that this, ladies and gentlemen, that this never ever happens again, that Kugwe never repeat itself again, because it's been one too many. Guzang was there, Mato was there, Ezekeke, or what they call it, was there, Bali was there. We just have it. And again, the big problem here is our own. People will call our own are behind this. But we will overcome it, just as we have overcome every trial and every temptation in this struggle. If they think that they're going to break our backs, no, we are ready. We are ready to break their backs, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready, very much ready to break their backs. Our resilience, our courage, and everything, our sacrifices will break every temptation and every trial that the enemy brings down our way in the course of this struggle. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would give you 3 more minutes. Let us populate this platform, close to 500 already. So please give me 700 very, very, very quick, so that I can bring in my guests. I got a number of things to discuss with you here today, or to bring to you. We're going to be talking about what is going on in Yaoundé. What is going on in Yaoundé? There's cartels in Yaoundé to replace Paul Biya. There's cartels in Yaoundé to replace Paul Biya. And of course, I will brief you on what happened in Kondenge, or was it yesterday or Friday? I think that was Friday. No, that was Thursday, I believe. I will bring you some updates on that. And there has been also some severe shelling in the city of Bamenda taking place. That was last night and also today. And we learned there have been some casualties. I will bring you some updates on that. And of course, the bikers protest. The bikers protest that took place in Bamenda also. We're gonna be bringing you some updates on that protest and what happened after it. Not all the bikes have been returned to the bikers. Not all the bikes have been returned to the bikers. And so, you see, we told Lele Afrik, who were giving him up to last Tuesday. I guess he didn't want to do anything that had a semblance of respecting our ultimatum. But he released the bikes. The trouble is that not every biker has been able to recover his bike. And so we have been informed most of these bikes, not most, some of these bikes, the newer ones, were moved to Douala. One was actually caught in Douala, and I learned that the army official who allegedly sold it to Douala is now behind bars in Bamenda. Others were sent or sold in Bafoussam, some in Bunda. I'm going to be coming to that. So please do me the favor, go ahead and hit your share button. Let me come. Let others know the anchor man is around. All right. So while you do that, let me see who is here today. Tanyu Amos. He says, you are the man. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I take that. Mata Ayim, I see you, ma'am. Prince Rene, okay. John Filingo, watching from Belgium. Wonderful. Gladys in Jengua, I see you, ma'am. Linus in Kema. Al Afu says share. Thank you, Al Afu. Please, if you are just joining, go ahead and hit your share button. We're going to be talking about Kugwe today. We're going to know exactly what happened in Kugwe, who did what, and how they did it. So please, this is going to be exciting. Hit your share button as you join. Ambazonia Stefan, I am always present. Yes, Stefan, you are correct. You are right. Mami Eyes, is that? Yes. Say the original anchor. You are correct, sir. Thank you. All right. Jean Boy, Tamo, I see you, so say you are the 99 man. Come on. You give me only 99, 99.999. Thank you. All right. Becky Awa, always here too. Paul Euro, Asong, I missed the other name. Edith Atemkin, always here too. Jackson Batten, I see you. Ngaso Derek, well, the names are just too many. You know, I can't call all the names, right? But let me see. Evo Million, I see you. Prince Junior, Inchini Henry, I see Cho Rene, I see Tisese Mbombi. Okay, who else? Let me see. So many people showing up here. Alexandro South, watching from South Africa. Is there anybody watching from Mexico, as they call it? Okay. Suzanne Sama Aloysius, thank you, sir. Captain Sivers, yes, the captain is live. Wonderful. Fred Bisson, please hit your share button. About 100 people to go to make it 700. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is very, very important. We are still asking you, if you have not yet enrolled, to become an ABC Amber Club member, please, I am appealing to you, ABC. If you enjoy it, if you love it, you will need your support to survive. We need your support to be able to continue to come to you. If you want it to survive, please go to the website abcambertv.org. abcambertv.org. Go and register there, and you can choose to be making a payment of $5, $10, $20, $100, just what you are capable of paying. So please get to the website abcambertv.org and register and show us your appreciation. We are doing this. We don't ask for a pay here, ladies and gentlemen. We are just volunteering to do what we do, to bring you the information we bring to you, and to keep the revolution and the struggle alive. So please do your own little part. Get to the website abcambertv.org and register with your $5, $10, $20, or even $100, whatever you are able to. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, for the prison project, I am still looking forward to your contribution. So far, out of 20 people, we have 6 people who has given in $1,000 each. That is the progress I thought to bring to you today. Out of 20 that I needed, 6 people have answered with $1,000 each. I really would like you to know I appreciate it. But listen, we must help those our brothers and our sisters in those 2 prisons, in Boya and in Bamenda. I call them prison projects, and we all know what it is all about. I hear some people out there saying, oh, why are you telling people what you want to do? Forget about that. They can know what we want to do, but they don't know when and how we're going to do it. So please, if you are out there and you care about our suffering people who have committed no crime, and they are behind bars, and you can help, you can support, call me, please, and make your $1,000 donation for that prison project. Now, I have made it very clear, this is going to be very transparent. People who contribute their money towards this project shall know exactly what we are doing. They will have the right to know exactly what we set out to do and how we want to do it. So please, I am appealing to you. You have my number out there, 603-682-2687. 603-682-2687. You call that number, use WhatsApp, call that number, or send me a text. Send me a text on that number through WhatsApp, and I can assure you I will get it if you want to do a donation. Or you can call today. I'm going to open the phones towards the end of this broadcast so that people can call in to support and to contribute. So the number is on your screen. Call that number make your contribution to support freedom for our brothers in prison. If I can play you some of the audio they sent to me, the only reason I don't want to play is because their names are there. You will weep, you will cry for those boys and girls behind those bars, especially boys, because boys are the ones that they are picking up, boys who have committed no crime. So please, I'm appealing to you, if you can afford $1,000, we have 14 people to go, 14 people to go to complete that donation. So please, the number is on your screen. I will not push it a lot. Call that number, get across to me, or send me a message, and we will see how we can get your money. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will at this moment not hold you any longer. I think we've hit the 700 mark already. We hit the 700 mark already, and I would like to take you into the broadcast proper. We are all aware of what happened in Kugwe a few days ago. The ADF did what they know how to do. I'm talking about killings, murdering our own brothers, our own sisters, our own parents. We have made it very, very unambiguous in the course of this revolution that we set out to fight La République du Cameroon. We set out to take back our country, and we thought we could do so as one man. I used to like the name Opopo United of Victoria in those days, because Opopo meant one man, one power. That was the spirit with which we launched this revolution, to go after La République du Cameroon as one man with one power, in spite of the numerous groups that resurrected. But that is not the case today. We have from the onset, ladies and gentlemen, a group among us that has taken upon itself to fight us and not La République du Cameroon. I won't have time to come and sit here calling their names and talking about them if they were fighting the war that all of us are fighting. They choose not to fight that war. They choose to fight a different war. And that different war is against us, the very people of Ambazonia. We will do everything at this interim government, as you heard from the president, to make sure these killings, these murders by people who are supposed to be leading us stop in Ambazonia once and for all. And all means, the interim government will put everything on the table to make sure that these recalcitrants fellows out there, so-called fighters, kidnappers, ransom takers, are eradicated from genuine fighters in this struggle. We have fighters in the bushes who have put everything on the line. They put their lives on the line, put their families on the line, and they are doing their best, giving their all. We cannot therefore have a few non-entities destroy what these genuine ones are fighting for. That is why the interim government is putting everything that you can imagine on the table to make sure these other ones who are distracting us are eradicated. That is a plan. We cannot have Guzang repeat itself anymore. We cannot have Bui repeat itself. We cannot have Mato or Keke repeat itself. All by one person. I mean, the list is long. The list of the people that people under Cho Ayaba have killed, fighters under Cho Ayaba have killed in the course of this revolution. And the people who are giving him the money to carry out these, I like a word for it, the people who are giving him the money to carry out this act, they are partly responsible for these people who have been killed in Guzan, killed in Bui, killed in Kugwe, killed in Keke and Mato. They are partly responsible. And as the president said the other day, if you are out there donating funds, giving money to this group, you are aiding and abetting, you are an accomplice in the murders they are committing out there. A few weeks ago, before the Kugwe incident, Cho Ayaba came out on the television and promised to attack the chiefs in Kugwe and to behead them and to hang their heads on sticks. Not up to a week, he delivered on his promise. He delivered on his promise, sent his talks into Kugwe, and they killed innocent people. They were not man enough. Those boys, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, so-called fighters, were not man enough to confront genuine, true Amazonian warriors, fighters. They choose to go attack unarmed people on their farms. If those boys, those rooks and thugs are man enough, why didn't they attack the restoration forces? They should have gone after the restoration forces, true warriors. But they choose to, as cowardly as they are, they went and attacked innocent, unarmed civilians. And that is really bad. Ayaba came out after the attack and acknowledged that he conducted, his boys carried out the attacks. That was acknowledgement of responsibility. So I have with me here tonight the chairman of Mogamo local government. Am I right? The chairman of Mogamo, I think it's a county, or is it a local government area? You will remind me. Mogamo, I think it's Mogamo is a local government. Momo is the county. So I have with me here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight the chairman of Mogamo local government area, who has details of what happened in Kugwe, and he is here to brief us. Mr. Chairman, it's a pleasure to have you, sir.
It's a local government.
All right. Please, it's not been long since Bui. After Bui, we had we now have Kugwe. After Bui, there was Kugwe, and after Kugwe, another Kugwe. The first Kugwe was the eradication of this ADF camp in Kugwe, and the second Kugwe is now the mothers.
Thank you very
the
much,
mothers in Kugwe.
Thank you very much, Secretary Chris.
Yes, go on, please. Go on, please. I can hear you. Mr. Chairman, can you hear me? Mr. Chairman, can you hear me, please? Mr. Chairman, can you hear me?
Okay, great. I just want to check. Am I coming through clearly?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Secretary Chris, for everything you've been doing. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. Go on, I can hear you. I think there's a delay somewhere. Just go on, I can hear you, please. Please go on. I can hear you. Can you hear me, Mr. Chairman? Can you hear me, please? I cannot hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give us a few minutes. We will take a quick break out. We will take a quick break out to figure out what the problem here is with the audio connection. So please give us a few minutes. Thank you.
Hey now, take a step outside and seize the day now. Set aside your worries, it's okay now. The sun is here to stay.
Are you tired of going from dealership to dealership looking for that used car that perfectly fits both your lifestyle and your budget? Are you bored with the same old tactics, the same old styles, and the same old disappointments when you don't find exactly what you want? Are you frustrated because of bad credit or tired of being rejected of in-house financing? Are you tired of going from garage to garage for a car? How about that filthy old car that you used to drive? Are you done? Welcome to the new experience. Barrico Auto Sales has sold and financed cars to over 50,000 people across the country. Our exclusive in-house financing model allows us to provide flexible options for all. Enjoy low rates, free pickup, and award-winning customer service. Reserve today. Barrico Auto helps make car renting easy and seamless for all of our customers. Our financing options allow you to shop our vehicle inventory for the exact used car, truck, or van that best fits your needs. Car selection and customer satisfaction are of great importance to us. We provide the best mechanical repairs, and our services take just minutes. Detail your car with us and get out of that filthy old smell and into something sweet. We will even do your oil change at the lowest rate. And please do not forget that with Barrico Auto Sale, you own and drive your car before you even have to pay us. So come on down and visit us and drive away with your new car.
Barrico Autos, own and drive before you pay. 240-486-4664. www.barricoauto.com.
Start a new career as a Linux system administrator with an average salary of $80,000 to $120,000 a year. Dynamic Tech Academy has transformed many lives for the better through our 6-month Linux program. We are so excited to announce that we are adding DevOps course and Red Hat certification at no charge, which will make students more competitive. Over 80% of our students have no prior IT background, yet vast majority of alumni land jobs in 3 to 6 months after they start applying. Our ultimate goal is to reach 100% student employment, so we work with every student until he or she gets a job. Upon successful completion of the course, we will provide resume building, interview preparation, and job placement assistance. With the Linux course, you get more than 300 hours of in-depth training, and you get to learn from experienced instructors. By the end of the program, our students can be Red Hat certified if they choose. Our alumni work in companies, both government and private companies in the USA, Canada, and even Europe. Want to learn more about the program? You can contact us at info@dynamicdmv.com, or you can call us at 240-604-9505, or you can call us at 240-423-7865. And you can also visit us at www.dynamictechdmv.com. If you are interested in online classes, please register on our website. That's once again www.dynamictechdmv.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for staying in there. I want to believe we have been able to fix that audio problem. I will bring back Comrade Chairman Fongang Mbangwe, who is the Mogamo local government chairperson, who is here to update all of us on the events in Kugwe 2 days ago involving the ADF. The Mogamo community has been following up on what took place there. They have investigated, they know exactly what happened and how it happened. And I thought to bring him here to brief all of us on what took place there. Comrade Mbangwe, I hope you can hear me now. Comrade, can you hear me, please?
Okay, Secretary Chris, can you hear me now?
Good, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, great. Thank you again for Secretary Chris for the effort you've been doing to keep this revolution going. And on behalf of all the Mogamoans and Ambazonians, I will seize this opportunity to first tell you thank you very much. We appreciate the hard work you've been doing.
Thank you. So, after Bue, there was Kugwe the first. Now we have Kugwe the second. Kugwe the first was the eradication of the ADF. So I won't call them fighters. They are thugs. Eradication of ADF thugs out of Kugwe, actually by the people themselves. And now they came back yesterday and attacked again, as cowardly as they went after innocent civilians, unarmed civilians, instead of going after fighters like them, as they claim. Tell us, what do you know? How did it happen? And where were your boys? Where were the fighters in Kugwe, in Batibo? Where were they that this happened all without their knowledge?
Secretary Chris, I will take this permission from the public for talk in a way where it will reach back to our people.
That is perfect. That's perfectly fine.
So I want to really explain. I want to really make sure say me the community understand who a Mogamo man first be, and why the Mogamo man they suffer the consequence. Why the Mogamo man they suffer the way to go on now inside Kugwe in particular, and Mogamo as a whole, if not Momo and Ambazonia from a particular group. Where any other person get for understand. I say Mogamo man be a very, very welcoming person. When this revolution be start, we be reach for the point where everybody will step up, say, you want find a place for settle, we will find a common enemy where we build a republic. And the Mogamo man will be very open. We will see a name where we come up, they say Ambazonia Defense Force. We have Mogamo, we chiefs them, and the villages, they will welcome these people them, based on the name saying a defense force. But it not be take all that long, after 4 years, or really get to a point now where we don't reach for understand, say, that name defense, it will be an oppressor. Why would we run from oppressor from La Republic, then we don't end up with one of the worst oppressors and where if we get them inside our community. As now with the talk, we don't actually get many lives of young Ambazonians where they be lost in Mogamo by this particular group called the ADF than the La Republic itself. Me I put this one very simple. Make any other simple person, any other person be judge yourself. You get a stranger where he come inside tell you say he hungry. You open house, you give you house, you give you bed, you give you chop. And you know I make up before you want to realize the same stranger when you wake up on your house. Now you don't turn around now, you don't start to kill your animal. You don't start to hold your brother and your sister them for money, for ransom. You don't start to sleep your woman. You don't start to sleep your picking them. Then you don't start now to kill your own picking them. But now go ask and I say, how you go look for that stranger? Even if you be the angel where God sent them. Now the situation where the Kugwe and the Mogamo people they suffer in the hand of this group called so-called Ambazonia Defense Force when I age it where they now.
So our people they will like for no because we not be like say una for Mogamo for Kugwe in particular, we not be like say una not be the expect ADF for come after people in Kugwe because they be make them very, very clear. Say they will come and they will know them no go only come when them come, they will kill the chiefs, kill the people, cut their heads, hang them on top trees, on top sticks. So how come when I be know this, leave them it happen? When I not be prepared or when I not be take them seriously?
A very good question, that Secretary Chris. The issue now say we be hear the information, yes. Even with minimum force, with minimum defense, vigilante what we get for the village, if they for village, with the people there. But these people, they be, I think call them, I don't know how people call like very wicked group of people. Now what way Mogamo people don't ever use them. They pass now leave the population where they inside village, if they inside palace, they go for people where they live for farm. People they don't go farm with anything for protect themselves. They go farm or go find chop. people they dey for bush house, they dey work for bush house. When I go attack them for bush house, shoot them for bush house, we lost 5 people for bush, burn their bush house, then take abduct 5 of their pikin them. Where last 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, when I don't come adopt 4.
Mr. Chairman, if I take you back a little bit, the question where I asked say, how come we, in spite of all the warnings where these people then give una, first they don't come burn the solar power plant for that same Kugwe after they were packed out. Then they come out threatening, say they will kill people, cut their head, hang them for stick. When I be let this thing down, or how come when I not be imagine say these people, if you come back do like this, kill people like this? When I mean people in the community, and of course the restoration forces for that area.
No, the restoration forces for the area, they and they really work with the villagers and for come in, they patrol the area for support. But for some reason, this ADF, because they don't stay for 4 years inside the locality, they decide now they don't want to come inside the public to come face our restoration forces. Then they go now inside for bush, go attack people the day for bush, or go find a chop inside their bush house. They go kill an innocent civilian for inside bush. They no come now for come face the restoration forces for inside Kugwe. They not come out for even come face the public. They go looking at the soft target when I put the day for bush or go find chop.
So what time this attack will take place? They become for night, they become for daytime, what time they become?
Yeah, it takes place around between 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. That time people will be there for farm, where they attack them for farm, and while the other people are there for inside village.
So how it marvels me, say, how come them be fit Nyati go reach those farms, kill those people then without anybody seeing them showing up?
Yes. The good question, Secretary Chris. If anybody will understand the topography, because I talk to the person who know the topography, if you come out Kugwe for go inside the farm, will be around Yeneba and the border for the southern zone, where the farms are there. It be a very, very tough topography, and no, it be unmotorable. So, and this understand say this area don't stay for Kugwe for 4 years. So they don't understand the topography and the area of the way.
Is Efang from Kugwe?
No, Efang is from the 2 to 3 villages down from Tiben, but which is still in Mogamo. So he know the area, and the worst part I say we get Mogamo begin the inside this group where they know the topography. But because of their allegiance to ADF, and now they commit all these atrocities.
Now, other chiefs, not just that chief where it be bless those boys where they will drive out ADF for Kugwe. Other chiefs, because that chief was threatened particularly by the ADF, but other chiefs in Kugwe and Batiwe against the whole community, them they be threatened because the ADF, they were desperate looking for the next community to move to, and they were saying to the other chiefs, if we come for your community, give us or allow us to leave, we are coming after you. With the other chiefs then for the community, they think about what is going on in Kugwe.
Yeah, a very good question, that's Secretary Chris. And I think from the torture where the Kugwe people they don't endure and a couple of Mogamans, but some of the other chiefs where they wait, remember I said I start the conversation, I tell you that the Mogamo man will be a very welcoming person. But I think the repeat of Kugwe now, they don't make all chiefs now, they don't stand up and they don't say if somebody kill and you take that person, put her inside your house, just expect say, the next person will go kill now you. And I believe now say they chief them, from which you will not start to talk with them, they don't start to see the danger. You know the only loom for Kugwe is the loom now all over all the 22, the remaining 21 villages for Mogamo.
Now, all these things that happened because the natives, the residents for Kugwe, they will chase out ADF from their community. But the ADF, that they come, if we don't be there for a long time, waiting because the community for say they must go. I mean, why they not we just leave them for it? Wait till make them they say they must leave after that long time.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I'll be glad that you asked that section, Secretary Chris, because I boil down to the culture of the Mogamo person. They be welcome, and they still say their own picking they will be mixed inside the group, and the mindset where Mogamo might be get. I say if you want just well, if you believe say the ADF, they come with the name where they come for defense them against La Republic. So along the line for the past 3 years. ADF don't do atrocities where the Kugwe people, if you reach for that particular moment, where they say they get for go. Because they don't go Guzan, they don't massacre 11 picking them. They carry Biebie, General Biebie, bury him alive. They come for Kugwe.
So Biebie was buried alive?
Yes.
Biebie was buried alive?
He was buried alive.
Okay.
So now they don't come for village, the same people, they don't host them. They realize now say this the soldiers when they become the ADF restoration force when they become or depend them, they turn again now for the rape their women, rape their picking them, then start to kill some of them who were not where they not really follow the ideology, then they go harass people them for ransom, some of them right from Bamenda, then bring them for Kugwe, torture them, lock them, jail them inside the Kugwe. So as the message started to come out, the indigents for Kugwe, they will reach for a point where they say they don't want that bad name, and they will rally up. They say, we need to get this group out of the village. And so it will happen.
So by the time where the indigents for Kugwe, they will come out, drive ADF for that camp, you get an idea how many of them they be there for that camp?
Yeah, good question. The statistics where they give, they talk about 100 downward, but they can't be scattered because we get another section where we did for Asham, where we ever come in and out. So the population will be count based on the number where they be see radically in and out, in and out. But they will expect they will estimate around 100 ADF. Where we did there with people from all, we begin them from all other areas.
So how it will be possible, say, the people, the indigents, they will feel nurture the courage for march up to them and say, hey, we don't want you here. How did that happen?
Yeah, great question. As I just keep explaining, Secretary Chris, when you swallow fufu, it reach for some level where some particular knob of that fufu will be for pass through your throat. Because me, I just name for the people for all we viewers when they watch this your incredible show. If me, I just name if ADF becomes a defense force, make the name just one struggle where they stand for defense could be for fight against the Republic. They look, they never see them. Then if ADF becomes, say, they now come, now for can't defend the people. Why they start to harass the same people when they come for can't defend them? Why they start to rape their begin them? When nothing where they come for can't defend where the Republic they do. Why they come now, they catch their animals, then they bomb they destroy their property. They don't just bomb plus their energy source. Why did they do that if they become with a good faith? Say they want to defend the people. So when the people they still say they go harass people from other cities, people coming from southwest from their farm, when they don't go work their cocoa money, then ADF they take them for ransom, go harass people, come lock them inside their jail, kill some, bury inside the Catholic church. So the people they say no, they are enough.
They buried people inside the Catholic church?
in the Kali Church cemetery. Yes, the tombs are still there. Anybody want to investigate?
Now, have you been able to get testimonies from indigents since they were able to chase out the ADF? Have the indigents been speaking out about their ordeal with the ADF for the time they were there? And what are you hearing?
Me, I'm not going to come out camp for this forum or for this podium or talk anything where I never consult the people. Every single thing I they talk, and most of we will there for here, if they watch video, they will see the video where people they be tortured from Kugwe, where they work out with food from Kugwe, Ipa, Ambo, Itronyo, even can't reach for Drobes, you can't reach for Guzan. We're talking about crossing 4 villages, tortured by. So and all the ordeal there, and we get the video, they don't already show them out. So this is not like something that a Mogamo man wake up say he had a particular group. If ADF be there for Mogamo, the Jew wait till they become with the name defense. Because the Mogamo man be the welcome everybody for defense, only one enemy, when you build a republic. On a war, on a core war where we get them. But since they be taking them like their own picking and they turn against because all these atrocities, plus the point that we don't defend the name of the village. Anytime you call Kugwe anywhere, everybody will say na sanctuary for play they keep where they murder people, they bury people alive. So most of the villagers, they will get to a point where they don't call me, say, Chairman, we are fed up, these people need to leave our land.
So tell me, these ADF guys, you said they went to the farms around 11 a.m. To carry out this dastard act, killing unarmed people. Tell us exactly what people have told you, what happened, what they did when they got there. People were farming. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely, Secretary. The stories are a little bit disturbing. So wait till they talk and say, one of even we are first casualty we get when our prince, the phone it became, they reach for farm, they attack, they just start to shoot. And we actually get even plus the names of the people, the ADF guys when they do the atrocity. But that may not be good for the media, but we will have the name for anybody who wants any of the name. So they reach for farm, they attack these people for farm, they shoot them. Most of them were shot on their legs. Like the prince, he died from the bleeding from that leg because of the topography to come out of that zone. Then they finally end up, the kids from mostly 5 to 12 years old, where they be there for farm with their parents, inside their bush farm them. They catch 5 of them, they go with them. And where a week ago, they would don't first catch 4. So now 9 begin the now where they be on a.
These kids were boys. These kids were boys or girls or both.
Mostly are boys.
Okay. And how old? Like how old are they?
Between the ages of 5 and 15.
And they cut them away.
Up to today, we're up to date. We never get their whereabouts.
Now, how old was the prince?
For this forum, I say we want to send a message to the ADF leadership. Say if any one of those 9 it be missing, make the ADF leadership understand. Say the gods of Mogamo, they will wake up.
Now, how old was the prince who was killed?
Prince was in the 20s, the early 20s.
And the prince belonged to the chief who was earlier threatening that you will be killed and the head cut off. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct. The prince, now one of his most cherished son will be there inside the village.
So wait till if you don't be a reaction for the killing of his son.
Right now, still in the morning mood, we want them to finish the private money, then before the gods of the Mogamo will talk on that.
Now we also think here say ADF leader Ayaba be called the chief, try to console with him. Is that true?
Yes, we got from that. Yes, the message from the ground and the king, the nobles in the village, they acknowledge, say, Dr. Ocho Ayaba be called the phone of Kugwe, the Becky say me allow ADF resettle. But the
he called them instead of just apologizing and leaving. He still went further to ask that they allow his boys to return to the village.
That is the sad. The sad part of the story. That Secretary Chris, after the atrocity, the damaging of the power source,
and the man is still mourning the killing of his son by the caller.
Right. So now you come in and looking at the humility, the hospitality of the Mogamo man as the dumbest person. You come in, instead of apologizing, instead of even trying to condole with the beginning with Losa, he meant clean and said, make they allow the ATM immediate resettle for Kugwe.
So what did the chief respond for you when he made that request?
At this particular juncture, it not be only the position of the chief. The villagers, they don't vow. Say over the dead body of all the Kurubians before ATF resettled in Kugwe.
Now, Cho Ayaba also come on his broadcast and acknowledge those killings. Why can Mogamo people do something about this? That's a confession.
Yeah, that's the good question, Secretary Chris. And if you understand, I say we're now in a mourning situation of the 5 where they be killed, the 9 kids they will not even get on, and the traditional burial of the prince. And I believe as of after this, the gods of Mogamo will send a message out.
How is the security of Kugwe and Mogamo as a whole? Because as you said, I think you mentioned some other villages. It's a big community. What is Mogamo trying to do to ensure that ADF never again set foot into those communities?
Yeah, great question. The Mogamo Ambazonia Restoration Forces, mostly those legal to the those who are actually performing the job, those attached to IG and all the other groups that are actually for the revolution, they don't really pledge. Say they will keep the community safe, irrespective of whatever means they will have to do it.
Now, let's look at it in a global context here. Global context meaning Ambazonia as a whole. This one not be the first killing for by the ADF as we don't talk. We remember the social worker for Batebo, it will be killed by the ADF. The 11 in Guzan, it will be killed by the ADF. Diamond, we said they will bury Diamond alive. We know which way they will want to do for. Yes, go ahead. Yes, go on, please.
Yes, I was just chipping in that. Yeah, it was General B. Being a General B. where they be buried alive. After
yes, General B. correct.
General B. Right. At this particular juncture, wait don't happen. I say, I think always say one word and one word, then we feel leave and for the people for digest. I think the Batibo and the Mogamo community, they don't swallow enough from ADF.
When the president spoke yesterday, he said never again would any Ambazonian be killed by not just the ADF, but any fighters, any rogue so-called fighters on the ground. What is the take of Mogamons as far as this is concerned? Because I think it is high time that every LGA, every county get rid of any camp belonging to anything called ADF. Is that what you guys are thinking too?
Yes, Secretary Chris. I think only put it in a nutshell. We get protect, and we get protect one word, one simple word out of that name where ADF carry, where it be defense. And I want to say we will replace that particular word with oppressor. And if we put that word, and I believe say every single county, every single local government, every single village inside Amazonia, if they don't wake up right now as we talk, today the 18th of April, make them know say this particular group, it will replace that particular word defense with oppressor in a particular village. And on this behalf, I want to talk for the remaining 21 funds and chiefs them for inside Mogamo. Say anybody way he make that up that mind for harbor this group and make them know exactly say when they go call any help when they start to produce the same effect where they produce for Kugwe inside their village. Me they know say they will run a dead road. And at times this we know say Mogamo get a lot of power, especially the chiefs and the pundits. We get time now. The time I will talk with them personally on this air, we now move that Calabash rocker. Time don't reach, and a time for send careful.
I hope say all our county, our LGA leaders, them they listen for you, wait to where you they talk, because this one it will become now policy. The president it don't already talk them. I think every small village, the smallest village to the biggest city, the ADF must have nowhere to hide. They must have nowhere to hide. They let them run from town to town, village to village. Let there be no permanent camp. I learned they were planning to go to the BLM and set up a camp. We're waiting for them. They just keep making empty noise. We have not seen them yet. But I think it is now a responsibility for every camp, for every county and every LGA to make sure, say, that so-called camp has no grounds to settle on ground zero, because they are not fighting the struggle. They are fighting Ambazonians. They are not fighting for Ambazonians. They are fighting against Ambazonians, and Ambazonians must not allow them to live anywhere. Talk about kidnapping, talk about harassment, talk about stealing. When they were sent away from Kugwe, alone there were 50 cows. 50 cows that were found there, and so many other things that were found. A whole host of condoms all over the place. Why would any community want to tolerate this?
Yeah, absolutely, Secretary Chris. And now the same message we are sending out for the LGAs and the counties and the villagers and all the funds in Amazonia. Say, if they go ever get any community where go be humble, hospitable, and welcoming, they get one and they don't lose them. It be in a Mogamo community. And for the torture, the harassment, the ransom, the raping, the killing, the burying alive, the Mogamo man, he don't vomit them.
How many cows? How many cows were discovered in their keeping again when they were sent out of Kugwe the first time?
Actually, it was 100 cows.
100 cows.
Yes.
Did you ever find out who owned those cows or from whom they were stolen?
We get information right from the ground, from the villages. They bring some of them from Bamenda. So means they were actually there building. They were actually running a business instead of fighting a war to defend the community.
Now, these are the cows that you met there. You cannot count the ones they have probably slaughtered and used for food there.
Absolutely.
Now, apart from cows, what else? Any other livestock? How about goats, lambs, and pigs?
The good part about it, I say, no, actually, the good part, I say, will be the only talk about the cow.
Yeah.
But this group was performing something that I've never seen, even in warlord zones.
What was that?
They go inside, they catch people with their pigs, catch people with their fowls, and they be kill them, chop them with no permission, and they force the villagers. Say me they make a fence for the cows the way they bring them inside that village.
So the owners and for these cows, they never ever show up. Is it?
They never show up.
So they are now under the control of the community or what?
For the cow, right now we try for protect their lives. Then when the society be protected, we will find the owners them and we will channel the cow. We will work for channel the cows them back for the owner them.
Now tell me the connection of La Republic soldiers in these attacks in Kugwe, because we have learned that this last attack of yesterday, ADF fighters, just as in Bui, were accompanied by these guys, La Republic du Cameroon soldiers. Am I correct?
Yeah, one thing be very clear for you, we'll make the audience really understand Secretary Chris. And we get the same allegations then. And like some of us, me in particular, I'd be somebody who I ever like to get the real truth before I even talk about it. And I always want to say, me to vet the truth before I talk about it. Me, I just tell you how there's nobody with the right conscience where if you doubt, say, ADF is working hand in glove with La Republic. We get a camp just up of Kugwe, just upper part of Kugwe, which is Ambo, one village to Kugwe. This camp will get a La Republic camp for them. The ADF.
About how many kilometers apart?
We're talking about just about 10 to 15 kilometers apart.
Are you serious?
Yes.
And how?
And never a day there was any gun. Never a day, as they call themselves in a defense group. Never a day they will ever get any gun exchange. And they come up Kugwe, they can pass over Ambo, then go Guzan, then come back.
Now, how long has La Republic camp been in that community?
For more than three years.
And how long has the ADF been in Kugwe?
Almost 4 years now. This was making their 4 years since the revolution, since the war of restoration of independence started.
And there has never been an exchange of fire between the two camps?
No. And they passed, for them to leave Kugwe to come out to the upper Batibo, they have to pass through Ambo. And they have been doing that for 3 and something years, no exchange. And villagers, they don't always spot them where they drink together.
Or the villagers have spotted both ADF forces talks drinking together with a lot of Republic soldiers whom they should be fighting against each other.
That is correct. And the worst partner say every time where any the central barracks then for Batibo they will ever do any attack, they find out say ADF it communicate for cover up or for back up for support from La Republic.
From that other camp.
From the other camp.
So I hope Ambazonians that they hear us. This is just one more evidence. I mean, I can't believe that you go to the BLM, you have a La Republic camp, 10 kilometers, even if it is 30 kilometers away, and the Red Dragons have never for once attacked them. Would you consider the Red Dragons as fighting for this cause? It is very strange, and I think Ambazonians, their eyes should be opened. We have been having an enemy within us for all the duration of this struggle. And I think, again, as the president stated, the moment is here to eradicate it if it means stopping the struggle against the common enemy to face this internal enemy. I think those of you who are leaders in the community, you really have to think seriously about this.
Yes, Secretary Chris, and one point here I want to really share for our televiewers tonight. Now, I just want to make we come back to our senses for really see what it happened.
Okay.
When they come for ADF, be ready for Kugwe, and there was no Ambazonia flag anywhere to be found. When they say they are Ambazonia, where their name say Ambazonia Defense Force.
No, what was found there were condoms and underwears.
Yes, we get condoms.
And of course, the crown with La Republic flag. Yes, go on, please.
Yes, we get condoms. We get La Republic flag. We get it. The only thing where we even show anything to the group na ADF flag. We had ladies' pants all over the whole place. So that tells you the way they were running the camp.
Now, when things like this happen, I've heard people say again and again, call Ayaba and talk to him. Of course, knowing how vicious that he is, calling him to me is like wasting your time. Have you in the community called him to complain of these things going on in Mogamo as a whole?
Yes, Secretary Chris. Just may I tell the people that we don't do every single thing. I in person, when Ayaba visited us in Atlanta here in Georgia, I was in the early days of the revolution. I became one of the biggest supporters. And at that particular juncture, when they became 11 of our brothers and sisters in Mogamo, I called Ayaba, Dr. Cho Ayaba, in person. And he responded one word for me: "You coward."
He told you he addressed you a coward in your face.
Yes, I still have the text, and I'm not going to delete it till the last day.
Were you rude to him when you called him, or what?
No, I just called him and said, Dr. Ayaba, I know your ADF has caused a big havoc in Guzan, and how can we help to stop these boys from infighting? Because back then, October the 14th, I still believe, say ADF, now a defense force from their name. And I will call it for say maybe we work out for say if the boys they go, if we are our restoration forces in for ground, they go, they get internal feud. Maybe we talk this thing out and maybe we finish up. He called me say coward, and from that day Ayabacho never took my call till today. He no even condole with me. He no even try for even show sympathy or empathy for what will be happen for the boys. He called me a coward, and from then never picked my call.
So, what would you say? Okay, go on.
Yes. One thing to create. I believe we don't do every single thing in the book or work in harmony with Dr. Ayabacho and the ADF as a whole inside Mogamo. But I think if you want to see villagers that want to stand up, we not be tell them. I will only get the call a surprising cause, a villager do not stand up. Say if they don't stand up, say enough is enough.
So again, when every time when something like this happen, you hear some people say, "Oh, unity, 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 unity." So what would you say to people who are in the habit of trying to cover everything with calls for unity, and yet people like you are doing your homework, calling the belligerent and trying to say, "Hey, let's talk, let's find out what is going on"? What would you say to those people who are saying unity, unity, as if unity is a magic word that resolves these killings?
Yeah, the only thing I could simply tell any community where they still try to go down the route, I would tell them, say, make they go down the route, at the end of the route, make they count how many innocent souls they could lose on for this purported group where they say defense, when not offensive, then we'll go meet the next 1 year or 2 years from now. Because I don't call even a Yemba for Belgium. I don't try to do every single thing for someone who make peace since that Buzan of October the 14th. Even a couple of our activists, Mark Barata, we don't hold conferences for try from mediate. Yet, every single day I wake up at a year, ADF suppression. Even where we try for talk for a year, I did try for a year, ADF oppression, suppression of the community, radicalism, and all that in them. So you don't reach for the level I would tell any community, me to go try.
Have you also in the community tried to reach out to the Sisiko camp? Because I know, we all know, they are now working together.
The
Sisiko camp, that is now in alliance with Ayaba. Have you reached out to him to see maybe, just maybe, he can prevail upon Ayaba to stop this?
Yeah, absolutely. We even get in my local zone, we get a group which is like a non-affiliate to a group where just be non-affiliate to any leadership, where if we start during the days of Sisiko, where we just bring them now for Southeast USA, say now group where we want, maybe we focus on the revolution. In that particular group, one of the couple of reasons why me and I mostly be active, that because we don't try to address this, and we get people where they be like, the society of that Dr. Ayaba is like a cult. And even to the point where when we talk about this murder of innocent civilians, not by La Republic, but by the ADF, some people are still blindfolded and they still don't see it.
So if I may ask, what is the level of security in Batibo as a whole, Mogamo as a whole, at the moment?
Good question. In a war now, particularly in Mogamo, where we understand, I say we fight through, we get three adversaries. Then for inside the war, we defy La Republic, we defy ADF, and we defy coronavirus. And also that our security be challenged now. But it not be like say we go bow down. I know the Mogamo people are strong people, and they will go through this.
Now, let's be precise. Let's tell us about the killings of 2 days ago. How many people are still missing?
Yeah, good question. Even this morning briefing where I get for 1 a.m. Yesterday we get 3 where they be confirmed dead. Today, this morning, they say 5 and 15 taken away. A couple of them still in the hospital where the boys they be shoot them, where the ADF they be shoot them. Then
hold on, did you say 15 were taken away?
Yeah, actually we get 15 kids where they be taken away.
And they have not been accounted for at this moment. In other words, they have not returned up to this moment.
As of now, yes.
And you said these kids are like between the ages of what?
5 to 15.
Are they demanding for any ransom to return these kids, or what are they asking for anything?
We as of now we never get they never ask the ransom or anything, but we still try. Now why have they passed that message for their leader? Me talk to them, Dr. Ayaba. Say if one of those 15 kids then will not be able for account for. Not be me personally, I go fit up for them, like the chairman, like the gods of Mogamo. They go evoke them.
So let me speak to Ambazonians, fellow Ambazonians. I think about a month or two ago, we were told that Efang died. You guys can visualize Tapan Ivo on the social media swinging his head all over and pretending to weep that Efang is dead. I want you guys listening to the sound of my voice to know who is the problem in this revolution. We were told Efang is dead. I came to you over this television set and I told you 23 people were captured. No, 39 were captured in Bui. 23, others were released, 23 were left for questioning. Efang was supposed to be one of them. We came here and we told you he succeeded to escape, but they said he died, that he was killed. The 20-something others that were left, it's all a lot of people to Cameroon and maybe the ADF that can answer where they are, because when they killed Chacha, whatever happened to the 22, nobody knows, because Chacha was the one keeping them. If they kill him, we don't know what happened. But the point is, Efang, whom they said was dead, was killed, escaped from that place, and he has now resorted to killing children, killing chiefs, killing the unarmed in Kugwe. Ambazonians, every one of us has to take up this fight. Just as the president said, every one of us has to take up this fight. Every community on ground zero, if you live in the diaspora, you would have to call your home and tell the people you cannot accept, you cannot harbor, you cannot tolerate anything called ADF. And don't forget, they may disguise with a different name, different titles, or not just tell you who they are. They may just not tell you who they are. Disguise to come live in your community. Any group operating in your community facelessly, you must fish it out. Any group, any person, any individual in your community pretending to be restoration fighters, you must contact your local government administrator, your security administrators, your chairman, and so on, to report any suspicious activity you find in your community. The restoration forces are supposed to be known by the communities, various communities, because they are there to protect the community. They are not there to fight the community. And so any other group on the ground that tries to hurt the community, to fight the community, you guys just don't imagine, just don't understand how many phone calls I receive, mostly when I am asleep. I am getting calls from ground zero. Hey, Secretary Chris, help me. They picked up my brother. Help me. They picked up my uncle. Help me. They picked up my daughter. Help me. They picked up my car. Help me. They picked up my Okada. I receive lots and lots of those calls, and mostly from within Mancon, in Quen, Bafut, that Batibo area, and it is all the ADF. If we cannot eradicate the ADF, ladies and gentlemen, forget we cannot file a republic to Cameroon. That's a fact. So we all must take up this challenge and get rid of these guys before they mess up this revolution. Chairman, I don't know if you have anything to add there.
Yes, thank you very much, Secretary Chris, for really bringing up this point right here. The only thing I will leave every single Ambazonia community, I say, if we feel inside our community, say we be more hospitable, we be more welcoming than Mogamo, I will give one assignment. Welcome the ADF for 1 year and send us the results. Thank you, Secretary Chris. Short-lived our Ambazonian revolution of restoration, and I can tell you, long live, or the longest live for the Ambazonia, Federal Republic of Ambazonia.
Chairman, I will not let you to go. I will spare other things and open the phone lines because I know many Ambazonians would like to say something about this incident. So I will open the phone lines. The lines are open. I will ask Ambazonians from all the corners of the earth, please call if you have a question, if you have a contribution, be civil. But before you call, ladies and gentlemen, if you are if you are watching on television, make sure your television volume is tuned down. If I pick your call and your TV set is on, I will just drop your call to take other callers who are ready. So please, the number is there on your screen. Go ahead and give us a call if you have a question or a comment, a contribution to make for this program. All right, I think I got the first caller here. All right. Hello.
Hello, Sir Chris.
Hello, sir. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm calling from the state of New York.
Okay.
This is Sangoloba. Yes, a quick question to the chairman of Momo. Hearing all this,
chairman of Mogamo.
ADF people. Sorry, Mogamo. Hearing all this that the ADF people have been causing to them, I wish to ask him. They don't have thunder in that their area. Because that should be a simple solution.
Did you say thunder?
Yes, thunder, to make everything the long division, short division, or whatsoever multiplication to stop. The simple solution is they should use thunder and fire all those ADF guys.
Okay, let the chairman answer the question, please. Chairman, you guys, you don't have thunder in Mogamo.
Yeah, thank you very much, comrade, for
thanks for the call.
Like I said, the Mogamo person be a very welcoming person, and they may be a little bit slow for act, but I don't say one thing: the gods of Mogamo are about to start talking.
All right, let me get this next caller. I think this is Switzerland. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Yes, sir. Good evening. You're calling from Switzerland, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What is your contribution?
Yeah, I would like to ask our chairman, our Mogamo chairman, because I think we have to start looking at those people who are contributing and who are supporting the ATF. That is the main problem, because it is obvious that there are Mogamo people who are supporting the ATF, and also get the list of Amazonians who are supporting the ATF. We know that the ATF has La Republic money. We know that, but they cannot go around having camps if there are no Amazonians supporting them. We need that list.
What if indeed their finances are coming from La Republic?
Yeah, because Secretary Chris, in my native language, there's a saying that witch cannot get into your house if somebody inside the house doesn't open the door. The fact that ADF is having a camp is to tell that chairman of our chairman of Momo that they have work to be done in Momo.
Okay, I will let the chairman comment. I will let the chairman comment on that. Thanks for the call. So, Mr. Chairman, I think he is correct. What is Mogamo doing with Mogamoans, who are the ones putting money into the hands of these thugs to kill and maim their own people?
Yes, yes. Like I said, I will revert everything. I have to say back to Pidgin because I talk back for the community back home. So we get a situation where some of the Mogamoans they become for a point where they be contribute for ADF under intimidation, pressure, and oppression, not voluntarily. But as of this particular, as of now, and wait till where did it happen now for ground, and I don't start to sample the community. Even some of them will be noticed that they contribute. Seeing this 9 picking the way will be unaccountable for, see this killing, this raping and everything, and I don't start the year say they don't make Mogamo a no-go or a place where they will make ADF, it will be homeless for inside Mogamo. So I see the concern when they talk. But some of that contribution where you did low, they not become voluntary.
All right. Let's get the next caller, Mr. Chairman. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir. May I know where you're calling in from, please?
Yes, this is calling from Canada.
Okay. What is your...
Yes, this question goes to the chairman of Momo. Just few months ago, we had the same issue that sprung up in Bui, and we remember the chairman of Bui came up and made so many stories on ABC that weren't actually true when investigation were done. How true is it that the chairman of Mumu, because history is going to keep this record that he's saying, how true is
hold on. I'm going to give you enough time that you want, but I'd like you to tell us what was wrong in what the Bui administrators said about what went on there. What was wrong, sir?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chris. What actually Mr. Kalista said that was wrong is that the death of Nginyam was an accident, and we came to realize that Nginyam's hand was tied and shot by our own. What
incident are you referring to? I thought you are referring to the incident of involving Efang with the 39 others going up to Bui.
Yeah, that is true. I'm talking about what happened if the story of the chairman of Momo local governments today come out after investigation is done, that the story isn't true, because I have understand that there are stories
but you are asking a hypothetical question, just as you referred to that of Bui, that it will turn out to be wrong. That is not true. Because the story from Bui has been very, very consistent with what happened. In fact, I thought you should be asking what happened to is it 23 or 22? You should be asking about that, because the ADF and the Republic of Cameroon soldiers who went there and launched an attack and actually freed Efang. If Efang is alive, don't you think that the other 20 or 22, they should know where they are? Because they told us Efang was dead, am I right?
I'm a son of Mugamo. Because what I know the chairman is saying is not what is actually happening on the ground.
Okay, okay, good. All right, good. All right, you can only disprove the chairman by giving. You can only disprove the chairman by giving an authentic version that you know. What do you know?
Okay, let me go with my question.
No. Hold on. You said the chairman. Don't ask the question. What do you know different from what the chairman has said?
All right, I want to correct Mr. Chairman here that only one person was attacked and killed, and is the prince. And the story of Mr. Chairman saying about cattle, 100 cattle that were found in Cookway are totally unfounded. That is a big lie being made by Mr. Chairman in the public. That's why I'm saying that history will judge him if he continues to spread lies and spread division within the revolution.
Okay, now, how about, hold on, I'm giving you time. Don't worry, I'm not going to cut you off. How about the 15 that are said to be missing?
Mr. Chris,
are you aware about that?
Yeah, what I will say about the 15 is the same story that they are saying that the 23 in we are in La Republic. They should ask to La Republic. It's the same kind of propaganda. Where
no, listen, are you really a son of Mogamo and you are putting those rhetorical questions here? I think you should be saying to yourself, let them produce our children between the ages of 5 and 15, and somebody is keeping them and you don't care?
Absolutely, Chris. I'm the son of Ambazonia and the son of Mogamo. It's the same thing that the Field Marshal said this morning. Forget.
So you are diverting. You are digressing. We are talking about Mogamo. We are talking about children killed and children abducted. We are talking about people dead, some in the hospitals. Have you condemned the ADF for that attack as a Mogamoan? Yes or no? Have you attacked the have you turned to the ADF and rebuked them and said you were wrong? You have to return the children.
Sympathizer of ADF. I am for the interim.
But I'm asking. I don't care where you belong. But the question is, have you called them to condemn these repeated attacks on the people, on your own community?
Chris, the problem here is that ABC shouldn't be used.
You are not answering the question, so you keep on digressing. You have a great day. All right. These are the kind of people who are promoting the kind of things we are condemning here, and who cannot sit here and tolerate it. Let me get the next caller. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, sir. Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Austria.
From where?
Austria.
Austria. Okay. What is your contribution, sir?
Yes. I want to talk the one for I want to talk for Pidgin so that make all Amazonian they understand.
Okay.
Yes. Which I want to talk now say. Make Ambazonia they no fool them. I follow a conversation where he talk with one of the ATF member. He claims say in number where he use them, some person go take that number, then they call people, they harass, they take money. How you go to use your number, then different man go take that number, they use and call people. Nobody is a child. They should not be playing with people's life. The thing where the chairman for Mogamo talk, I just believe in that too. They don't kidnap people for ransom. However, I'm going to say in number where they use us, other man will take and they call people, they harass them, will take money. That is a big lie.
Thank you. Of course, that yes, cannot happen. How can somebody use? If somebody was using his number, wouldn't he know?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
How go can lie say a number where he use them? Some person go take that number, then they call people, they harass them. That was really a shame to AGF. A shame, not to talk of a general as they claim. That is a big shame.
Thank you for the call. Let me allow the chairman if he has a word to say there.
Yes. Thank you, comrade, for bringing up that particular issue. We know say everybody now they want to play social media. We not come here this afternoon or this this evening we can't talk about social media. We dey talk about lives. If somebody come from air, he talks say he be son of Mogamo, and you have 15 brothers them. The day in the bush, the other one they will wound them in the hospital, the one they brought them. You compare about cows. I mean, let's grow up. Thank you, Secretary Chris.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Let's get the next caller. Where are you calling from, sir?
Yeah, I'm calling from Maryland, and this is Ngum.
Okay. And what is your contribution, please?
Yeah, I just want to thank all of you, both you and the chairman, for what you guys are doing. And I want to, celebrate, the ABC TV that we have for the kind of.
I hope you are a club member.
Yes.
Thank you,
Chris. So what I'm saying here is, now I just wanna even say that what has happened to Kugwe has happened. Now we should mind our outings, because these guys are just going to be rattling around now like anything, and they will make things difficult for us. We have to now look for a strategy on how our people can stay, our boys can stay safe first, and then the strategy on how they can even keep the revolution going, and then summon these guys to our communities, because the communities, they will fish these guys out for us. They will fish these guys out for us and saying what they're saying, because now that they know that every community will not be okay with them, they will not have where to be. So now let's also use this time not to put too much attention on them.
No, listen, you are partly correct, but listen, the same community needs this sensitization to know who we are talking about and who we are dealing with.
Sensitize the communities. If the communities will solve this problem for us, because when the community see something, they will get back to our restoration forces, and we will see exactly what to do.
Right, but again, what I'm trying to say, hold on, what I'm trying to say is, it will take you and me and everybody else out there to sensitize their different communities to look out for these people.
No, that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thank you for the call. Mr. Chairman, anything to add there, please?
And anybody who is saying that we are talking unity is a sympathizer. Anybody, just understand that.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for the call. Mr. Chairman, please.
Yeah, thank you, Secretary Chris. What you have, I think Adam for comrade and say, if fall in line with what you are on top. And the only thing we have mostly come this afternoon, I want to say, make we Ambazonia more understand. Now say, if you don't pay attention, you don't be honest, you don't be humble, for 3 years, I think, or 4 years, where you don't welcome person, you don't give you bed, you don't give you chop.
Okay, sir.
And before you want to come back, you don't terrorize your woman, you don't rape your picking them, you don't kill your fowl them, you don't take your pig them. Then you don't start to catch people inside your community for ransom. Where I go leave you, say me you make that choice. I go talk this one for the general Ambazonia. Me you make the choice, whether you want to continue to keep the person for your house, or you go make the choice for deal with the consequences when they come.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Let's get the next caller from ground zero. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. I'm calling from the northern zone.
Okay, thanks for the call. How is Baminda today?
No, sir, Baminda today was wonderful. Even those of few gunshots are back travelers, but everything is cool now.
Well, we learned there were quite a number of people killed, both by restoration fighters. I mean, they killed the terrorist soldiers, and the terrorist soldiers killed some civilians, correct?
Yes, sir. Fire, many people. We saw military trucks running in the hospital today with casualties. But fortunately, they were shooting in the air, so everybody was running away for safety.
Okay. So, what's your contribution today?
Secretary, I just want to clarify something, please. I've always been hearing ADF every time on this TV being condemned, but I've never seen an evidence to prove that ADF is a terrorist group in Southern Cameroon. Secretary, please mind you of the fact that ADF is one of the biggest Amazonian restoration forces in Southern Cameroon. They have carried out major attacks with proofs, Secretary Chris.
All right, hold on. So the biggest restoration fighters, where are they based?
That's why you have the motto everywhere you go.
Where are they based? Where is their base?
They are based in Batibo, Bangshe.
Yes, Batibo we know. Now tell me which battles they have fought.
We still remember in Guzan, Bandam died because of the attack the ATF carried out.
Forget about that. They did not carry out any attack on Bandam. They did not. How about, did you hear, were you watching this program from the beginning?
Yes, I started this program.
Did you hear us say that did you hear us say that there is a military camp close to where they were in Kugwe, less than 10 kilometers? And they bind together and they drink together, they dine together and they drink together?
Secretary, where is the evidence? I want just a
all right, you have a good night, because we're not going to win that argument here. Okay, another ground zero. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please, can you lower the volume of your television and focus on your phone, please? Turn down the volume of your television.
Hello.
Hello, go ahead, please. Where are you calling from?
From Ground Zero, from the Northern Zone.
Okay.
From Bamenda.
All right, what is your contribution, sir?
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yes, I'm hearing you. Go on.
Okay. My suggestion, really, I first want to talk to that caller who came in claiming to have. I'm like saying that man who came out arguing what the chairman is saying.
Okay.
Who was condemning what the chairman was reporting?
Yeah.
And claiming to have been having full information about it. Can he clear the air on?
We're having connection.
That is defending the prince. Secondly, I want to suggest here that you will make public known the numbers of all the county heads who are in diaspora, so that in case those on Ground Zero have any. If by any means any of the funds or people at Ground Zero have any group that presents themselves to them that they want to settle, this group, the funds or whoever they meet should get in touch with the county chair people to confirm if it's the right group that they should keep, because when a group presents itself to you saying they are coming as a defense group, you will normally think that they are coming to secure your people, and which might be the ADF group, which is going to cause but havoc in the place. So
right.
If we know the numbers of all the county chair people, we could call them and present them first, the group that is around us. Let them confirm that is the right group before we settle them.
You are very correct. That is a very good contribution, and I want to believe that all the chairmen, administrators, they are listening. Mr. Chairman, I think that's a good suggestion that you need to carry out. Every community should be able to have the phone number of their security chief, of their administrator, of their chairman. I think it will help a lot on Ground Zero, and it will take away some of those calls from me, because I don't want to be taking a call from Nkambe when I don't know what to do with any crisis there. I don't want to take a call from Santa when I don't know what to do, or from Victoria, or from Mante when I don't know what to do. Is that not a very important suggestion, Mr. Chairman?
Yes, that is true. Now very good suggestion. I think that would bring that suggestion, because now something that we don't start the work on top of the past getting to 24 months now. try to identify each, and we will propose each camp when the real Ambazonia Restoration Force, they get to bring up their list. We get to know who they did inside the camp. We get to know the commander for the camp. And that way, if we get any strange call inside the community, and we don't deal with that a couple of times, and one of the things that we don't even use for stop ransom inside Mogamo for this while, because we will get where they will make that kind of call, and they will just impersonate, like say, they be Ambazonia Restoration Forces, where not typical them. So that suggestion what you give them, now something I want to say, maybe all the 61 LGA, them chairmen, and all the 13 county leaders, them, we will really take them into really serious perspective, so that when we reform, who will really structure these groups, then know who will be the bad group and who will be the impersonators.
All right, thank you. Let's take the last but one caller from Ground Zero, Steve. Hello, sir.
Hello, Secretary Chris.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I'd like to thank you for the job you guys are doing for Southern Cameroonians and Ambazonians. I am calling from Yaoundé and from the Boyo County.
Okay.
Yes, Secretary Chris, please, I want to let you know this. Anybody that calls and talks of good things Ayabacho has been doing, or the biggest force on Ground Zero, know that that person is either an enemy or he has not been listening to what has been happening on Facebook. I, as an individual living here in Ground Zero, I have many proofs, but I will not be naming them here. But I just want to tell that caller who just called that we living on Ground Zero have many proofs. And if he doesn't want to listen, I will ask him whether he never heard Ayaba saying that he will cut off the heads of our chiefs and our phones,
right,
and hang them on sticks. Even if the man doesn't want to listen, I want him to answer me this question, whether he never heard that. Is that good from a leader? That is total nonsense. Secretary Chris, I want that you should take this from me. We on Ground Zero, we are totally behind the interim government, and we are totally behind the decision taken to wipe up ADF from Ground Zero. Secondly, I'm happy because the chairman of Momo,
yes,
ADF has been in Kugwe. They have not been fighting. They have not been fighting. If you want to defend people and you go and hide yourself right in the suburb, you have never taken any fight with the enemy, then what are you then doing? Secondly, sir, there is one general, they call General Ikuku. I don't know whether he belongs to
yeah, that is another rook. That is another rook that has to be taken care of.
Yes, please excuse me. I don't know whether he belongs to a county or he belongs to this ADF. Even I don't know much about him, but I have people that live there. This man has been hiding in Diani, and whenever he comes out, there is havoc. If you people are in control of that man, please, even if it is our restoration force working on our county, they should stop funding that idiot. He has been doing rough work, killing people, burning houses. He's behaving exactly like La Republic military. Please, I will be happy if this particular general is taken care of. But before I go, I wish to know whether he is from the area or he is working under our own county. Please, sir.
I cannot say to you specifically where he belongs, but I can assure you he is not answerable to the interim government. Maybe he used to before, but at the moment he is not answerable to the interim government, and we are out to prevent this warlordism, where you have people trying to run their little corners, harass people, collect taxes, then go after the same people, burn their homes like what we heard Daiman is doing in Wabane. These are the kind of fighters we do not want to have in this struggle, and I hope that every Ambazonian out there is listening to me. We are not going to build warlords. Anybody who doesn't want to be under authority is not qualified to either be a leader or a fighter.
Please, Secretary Chris.
Yes, sir.
Before I go, I would like to thank you again, because oftenly I hear our activists condemn even our own restoration forces that are working under our county when they do something wrong. And to be frank, I have never seen Ayabacho or his activists saying that this man did not do something right. He has to stop that. We only get that from the interim government, and that is why we see the work of a government in you, because when you have your own child and he behaves wrong, you should not be ashamed to say that no, please don't behave bad, try to change. Ayabacho, according to him, he only has angels, and that is why it makes out really looking this man to be maybe not fighting for us, and he has rightly shown to us that he is out of the struggle.
All right, thank you for the call. Before I let the chairman add something there, ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. This security thing and this struggle is not about the interim government. We would so much love to have other organizations functioning out there doing the same thing that we are trying to do. If the ADF and every other group out there was fighting this struggle from their own little corner and doing their own thing to push this struggle, we will have absolutely no problem with other existing groups. We will coexist and collaborate to take this struggle where it should be. So, I am not sitting here talking about this thing and calling out this thing because I want you to support the interim government. Forget about it. Again, I have said it here before. It is not about the interim government. This interim government may not be the government that sits in Boya when it is said and done. So, we just want people who are leaders in this struggle to show themselves, present themselves as responsible people, collaborating with every other person else, other groups. All right. Mr. Chairman, sir, we are not going to continue, but I will allow you to have a minute to say something before you leave.
Yes, thank you very much again, Secretary Chris, and I also thank you for the invitation today to clear the air on a couple of things. But I want particularly thank that last brother who just come up and talk. The reason I say, and also before I want even get to that, I want time with viewers where they spend the time today for come on air. But I want just hammer one thing where we brought on just come up and talk now, which I want every single Ambazonian before they want to get off the TV show tonight, when they get in their mind. Say as they go home, they be happy for see the local environment where their brothers, their sisters, their picking them, or their mommy them, or their papa that they live for the past 4 years when Obia bring war on top with. It can be very comfortable. Say this when they still go their farm, they still go their market, they still go even their local bars and freely, they still go their hospital freely, and when they continue for the support, the people who they want to take this struggle hostage just because they want to use it like a financial institution for themselves. But if they be 1 minute or 1 second is granted for the kind of environment where we parents, with brothers, with sisters, and even with our wives that they live because of this uncalled for war where like probably not bring on top with for the past 4 years, I go pledge for one like a brother. May we kneel down, clean the house, and make sure say may we focus on only the people where we want to move. Papa they come back from the forest, mommy they come back from the forest. We brother and the sister, me they start go school, me they come back from the forest. Even if you get a small life or live inside your house, and make the stop or follow personalities. Even if you start follow somebody, and if this person, they take you to where or you be closer or give freedom for these people, my pledge as a born Ambazonian, I say, may we refocus. May we really refocus and until we get to Boya. After Boya, everybody fit not divert their mindset. When people don't come up for bush, they don't start to go to school, they do everything what they want to do. Then now we start to play politics. Because I see people they play politics, why people they die? Wait till you go to play politics, we talk about cow, where 15 begin the day inside bush they die. Unaccounted for. Thank you, Secretary Chris. I just want to say, may we go back, go rethink, and forget about this personality follower.
All right, thank you. Just before you go, I had to take this this caller. I think this is JK on the line from Europe. Hello, JK.
Secretary Chris. Good evening, Southern Cameroonians. I wanted to give a comment or make a recommendation on what I've observed on the live show. Yeah, what I want to say is we are fighting a physiological warfare. That means you see some of the calls who are coming in, they might not even be Southern Cameroonians from what I've observed on the callers who have been making calls on this live show. There might be La Republic agents which want to just instigate more division amongst us and more hatred. So I would suggest that as of now, we don't need to bring the morals and the faith of our people down. Such callers should not be given the opportunity to bring out those nonsense, because as you see on ABC, your phone number is there. Anybody can register your phone number on his or her WhatsApp phone and ring. Yeah, we already know what has been happening in this revolution for the past 3 years, and we know that ADF has caused so much division, beginning from the Tigers of Manu when they started with the Human Jugs Defense Force from Success Congo, moving to Libi Alem with dividing Ayeke, going to Mbui with Arke and Amigo. We know many, so please, we need to keep the faith of our people very up. We don't need to lead this now that Bia is dead and they are fighting for whatever they are fighting in La Republic, for them to come and be putting the faith of our people down when we are concentrated for the final battle for this revolution. So please, that's what I wanted to pass. So our people should stay focused, and we should not allow this dirty trash from La Republic people destroying our focus. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Prince JK. Thank you for that contribution. You are right. Unfortunately, we don't have a system yet where we can vet some of these callers, but I believe in a month or so to come, we shall be able to vet some of these callers. But I like to give everyone also the opportunity to air his mind. It is only through that you know who is who in this struggle. When somebody calls all the way from ground zero to tell us the ADF has the largest force on ground zero, this guy is living out of this world, and as JK says, he must surely be an agent of La Republique, a collaborator, an enabler. Mr. Chairman, again, thanks for having you, sir. You have a great night, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Secretary Chris. Can you just give me 30 seconds to talk?
Please do, go on.
Inewe Mogamo, when I canon, and the woman bananum, chairman, on Gambamwek. I get my company Ghana man, Yaga, but you're not a woman, but the woman, the were paying a team on Yaga, the Barga, when take a woman Ghana. So again, Bobo Namani, Bamata, Bamofon, Bamoqueti, Obagana, Techin Dom Gaban, Techiatico, Jake, Ashami Marani, Techate for, the Chiwo Bongana, because the Mushangaja, and when it Kugwe and Kugwe, the book of Kugwe Chamber, Chefa, near Bessie, near Kuzan, near Yui. Commissaire Gaye, you go one nama. So Mobo Boramani and Yumoko. pas John, et non, beau, je me fais bien. Pas jeune, never je me vois déjà. A wolf on a joie, I'm coming never one on nega, but one in on nega ben. What can I mogamo, which bogune, about one ayaka, I want from Gambang. Thank you, Secretary Chris.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It was a privilege to have you back here. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I thought I was going to go into other subjects, but I can't do so tonight because of time. But Monday, I shall be back here with a very important guest. Very important guest. And I just want to believe that all of you on Ground Zero are staying safe from the coronavirus. I want to appeal to you again about our prison project. Please do something. Call me or leave me a message and I will call you. If you can come in with $100, $200, $500, and of course I need 20 people who will give us $1,000 each. We have so far 6 people who have put down 6,000, and there are others who have also put in some other change. I want to appreciate you for that. Please, if you know friends who can support, please reach out to them, give them my number, let them reach out to me. I want to believe this was exciting and informative, educative. I look forward to seeing you all back on Monday. God bless you all. God bless you all. Again, Monday is next. Good night.
Carefully. Chinese are ruling the Chinese land. Japan is ruled by Japanese. England is governed by Englishmen. America is governed by Americans. So Africa must be ruled by Africans. baba. Yeah, opale mu Jesu ya lako. Yeah, opale ma tizanya lako ye. Omije. Kolore omije. Ojemelo dem na bogise. Opale mu jemelo dem na bogiso.